गुरवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितश्च। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। I am so very happy and grateful to be here at Bhakti Center, Sanjay Nagar, Bangalore. So happy to see so many wonderful, enthusiastic devotees. Vikram, Baldev and Mataji, they were telling me that they have no plans to increase the center, but I feel that they'll have to increase very soon. The center is already overgrown. So it's so wonderful to see so many wonderful devotees here, so eager to hear about Krishna. And I'm especially grateful to Vikram Baldev and his good wife for lovingly inviting me over here. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So today we are going to discuss on this very important topic of chanting the holy names of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada, he started the society of ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. One of the main aims of the society is to inspire people to embrace the process of chanting. One time Srila Prabhupada goes to Germany, and Srila Prabhupada in the lecture in Germany, Prabhupada was mentioning, I am not come here to tell you all anything. Prabhupada is saying this in a public class. I have not come here to tell you all anything. I have only come here to ask you all to chant Hare Krishna. So ultimately our central message is to inspire people to chant the holy names of Krishna. So this song that we sung, Harer Namaiva Kevalam. You can see this board here. Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Namaiva Kevalam, Kalo Nasteva Nasteva, Nasteva Gatir Anyata. In this age of Kali Yuga, there is no other way to attain Krishna other than the chanting of the holy names. Kriteya dhyayato Vishnum tretayam yajato make dvapare paricharyayam kalau tad hari kirtana. So in every yuga there is a way to attain God. In Satya Yuga the process is meditation. In Treta Yuga the process is to do big yajnas. In Dwapar Yuga to construct big temples, elaborate deity worship. In Kali Yuga none of that is possible. So the process is made very, very simple. It can't be made more simple than this. Just chant Hare Krishna. So the essence of all the scriptures boils down to chanting Hare Krishna. In Mahabharata there is this shloka, Ahara Nidra Bhayamaitunam cha Samanya etat Pashubir Naranam Dharmoi Tesham Adhiko Vishesho Dharmena Hina Pashubi Samana. So we have all got this human form of life, And we all know that we are better than animals. So in what way are we better than animals? Ahar, Nidra, Bhai, Maitun, eating, sleeping, mating, defending, even animals do. So this is nothing different. We may do it in a better way, but that doesn't make us different. So the Mahabharata says the only difference between a human and an animal is dharmo hi tesham adhiko vishesho. Dharmena hina pashuvi samana. Dharma has to be there. If there is no dharma, a human being is as good as an animal. What is dharma? Everyone may have different understandings of dharma. Dharma may be religion to someone, dharma may be duty to someone. But the actual understanding of dharma, Srila Prabhupada explains as constitutional position. We are all spirit, soul, we are all Atma. What is the dharma of the Atma? That which cannot be taken away from the Atma. Just like you have salt. What is the dharma of salt? To be salty. What is the dharma of chili? To be hot, spicy. Right? It's not that the chilies in Bangalore are sweet. Right? Chilies everywhere are hot only. Similarly, what is the dharma of the soul? Jiver Swarup Hoi Krishner Nityadas. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met Sanatan Goswami at Varanasi, Mahaprabhu tells Sanatan Goswami the constitutional nature of the spirit soul is to serve Krishna. And in order to explain to us what this dharma is, that same Lord Krishna comes in this world, and 5000 years ago on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Lord Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita. And what is Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita is Dharma Shastra. The first verse of Bhagavad Gita, Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsavaha Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Kim Kurvata Sanjaya. The first verse of Bhagavad Gita, the first word of Bhagavad Gita is Dha. And what is the last verse of Bhagavad Gita? Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna Tatra Partha Dhanurdhara Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhutir Dhruva Nitir Batir Mama. The last word of Gita is Ma. So what is Bhagavad Gita? Between the and Ma is Ra. So Bhagavad Gita is a Dharma Shastra. It explains what Dharma is. And something interesting, after Lord Krishna speaks different kinds of Dharma in Bhagavad Gita, Gita is a Dharma Shastra. But what is the conclusion of Gita? Krishna says, Sarva Dharman Parityajya. Gita is a Dharma Shastra, but Krishna's conclusion of Bhagavad Gita is, give up Dharma. So what we should do? We should follow Dharma or give up Dharma? What we should do? So Krishna says, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. So Krishna says, give up so-called Dharma, the lower forms of Dharma, and embrace that highest Dharma. And what is that highest Dharma? Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. Taking shelter of Krishna alone. The same mood. Harer Nam Eva Kevalam. Only Krishna. That is the highest Dharma. Where Gita ends, Bhagavatam begins. And in the beginning chapters of Bhagavatam only, the first canto, second chapter, Sutta Goswami explains what is Dharma. Savai Pumsa Paro Dharmo Yato Bhaktir Adokshaje Ahetuki Apratiyata Yayatma Suprasidati. So what is the kind of dharma that we should follow? Doing bhakti to Krishna uninterrupted and unmotivated. Non-stop bhakti to Krishna, uninterrupted bhakti to Krishna without asking Krishna anything, that is considered to be the highest dharma. The Bhagavatam runs into 18,000 verses, and the last verse of Bhagavatam, Nama Sankirtana Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam Pranamo Dukkha Shamanas Tam Namamim Harim Param. So the Gita's conclusion is, in fact, when Lord Krishna says Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja, our acharyas explain, when Krishna says Mam Ekam, it refers to Nam Ekam. The only way you can take shelter of Krishna is by taking shelter of the names of Krishna. Where Gita ends, Bhagavatam begins, and Bhagavatam's last verse is also Nama Sankirtana Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam. Chanting of the holy names can destroy all anarthas, can destroy all dukkha. Pranamo dukkha shamanas. Tam namamim harim param. And this holy name is the topmost process of religion. And where Bhagavatam ends, Chaitanya Charitamrita begins. And Chaitanya Charitamrita begins with Harer Naam Eva Kevalam. Kalo Nasteva 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 Gatir Anyata. So Chaitanya Charitamrita, right from the beginning till the end, what is Chaitanya Charitamrita? How Mahaprabhu along with his associates chanted Hare Krishna. That's all Chaitanya Charitamrita is. So this is a movement where everything is centered around the holy names of Krishna. Vedanta Sutra, Vyasdev wrote the 4 Vedas. After writing the 4 Vedas, Vyasdev wrote Vedanta Sutra, the same Vedic conclusion in the form of small aphorisms, sutras. And what is the last Vedanta Sutra? Anavriti Shabdat. That means one can gain liberation by the sound of Krishna. By chanting Hare Krishna, one can get liberation. So the conclusions of all the scriptures, whether it is Veda, whether it is Gita, whether it is Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, you name the scripture, the conclusion is Harer Namaiva Kevalam. Only the name of Krishna can deliver us. So therefore, one of our great acharyas has written this very beautiful bhajan called Kevala Ashtakam. Right? Ashtakam means 8 verses, 8 stanzas. Kevala means the only. So this song basically means the only 8 verses. Yeah. Glorifying Krishna in the form of his holy name, which is our only hope. So this song, it explains Maduram Madurebhyopi Mangalebhyopi Mangalam Pavanam Pavanebhyopi Harir Namaiva Kevalam. So before we discuss how to chant Hare Krishna, it is most important to understand why to chant Hare Krishna. When the why is very strong, the how comes automatically. Right? If a student knows why he has to study, how to study, he will still figure it out. Why to study is something that's very important. So therefore this song first sets the mood for all of us. Why to chant Hare Krishna? As soon as we understand how important it is for us, we will somehow find our way and will somehow trick our mind into hearing the holy names of Krishna. So this verse says, Maduram Madurebhyopi. The holy name of Krishna is the most sweetest thing in this world. Sweeter than any other sweet thing. You may say, Prabhuji, I don't experience the holy name as sweet. For me, holy name, looks very bitter. It is not sweet. How many of you all feel and convinced that the holy name is the most sweetest thing? Please raise your hand. Wonderful. I have to take dust from all your feet. Yes, holy name is the most sweetest thing. But sometimes we don't experience that sweetness. Why? Not because the holy name is not sweet, but because we have a diseased condition. Srila Rupa Goswami in his Nectar of Instruction gives us example. Someone who has jaundice, not jaundice, someone who has jaundice, his taste goes away, right? Taste goes away. So one of the medicines for jaundice is sugarcane juice. Give him sugarcane juice. In Bangalore also they do that. Yeah, Bangalore they have some other medicine. Same medicine, no? So Bangalore also, if someone gets jaundice, what they do? Take sugarcane juice. So now for a jaundice patient who has lost taste, sugarcane juice is bitter. He will say, why you are giving me? So for such a person, sugarcane juice acts as a medicine. And when he keeps drinking that sugarcane juice, his jaundice goes away. And that same sugarcane juice becomes sweet. It's not that it becomes sweet, it was always sweet, but because of his disease condition, he couldn't experience it. Similarly, the holy name of Krishna is sweet, but why we are not experiencing it? Because we are now in a diseased condition. So for all of us, when we chant Hare Krishna, it is like a medicine. Enechi aushadhi maya nashi bharo lagi harinama maha mantra lavo tumi magi. Bhaktivinoda Thakur in a song he says, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come as a doctor, physician, to give all of us the medicine of the holy name. So for all of us at this level, Bhavo Shada Chotra Mano Viramat, at this level, chanting Hare Krishna is like a medicine for us. And when someone has a disease, and when someone goes to a doctor, and the doctor gives a prescription of medicine, it is not necessary that the medicine has to be to your liking. Whether you like it or not, take it. That's what is important. You don't tell the doctor, doctor, I don't like this medicine. No question of liking. Take it. You have to take it. So similarly for all of us, Hare Krishna is like that. We have to take it in specific, at specific times, and in specific quantity, consistently we have to take it. We have our uh, ISKCON run school in Bombay, Gopal's Fun School, sorry, Gopal's Garden High School. So going through, one of our very senior devotees in Bombay, he goes very often to that school to meet with the children, all devotee children there. So going through, asked all the children, how many of you all like to chant Hare Krishna, Japa? All the children are very honest. They said, Prabhuji, we don't like. Going through said, even I don't like, but still I chant. So whether you like it or not, take it, because it is a medicine. So, right, this is the first understanding. Second understanding is, how can we understand that the holy name is sweet? So even though we say that we are not experiencing sweetness, but if we are chanting Hare Krishna every day for year after year, that means that we are experiencing some sweetness, no? If there is no sweetness, how we can continue that same thing year after year? So some sweetness we definitely experience. So this holy name of Krishna is the most sweetest thing. Mangalebhyopi Mangalam. Mangal means auspiciousness. We all want auspiciousness in our house, in our family. And people do so many yagyas, so many different rituals to bring that Shubha Vatavaran in the house. So the real auspiciousness is where in the house in which there is chanting of Hare Krishna going on, there is real auspiciousness. That is the real Mangalmay thing that we can do to bring auspiciousness in our house and in the entire world. We are seeing the situation of the world out there now. There is so much inauspiciousness. What you can do to counteract all this inauspiciousness? When devotees come together and chant Hare Krishna, the effect of the Kirtan here is not only going to affect this Sanjay Nagar area, this vibration is what is keeping the world still intact. Otherwise the world would have been destroyed long ago. So this chanting Hare Krishna brings about that auspicious atmosphere. Pavanam pavanebhyopi Harir nameva kevalam. And this holy name of Krishna is the most pure thing. Most pure. And if anyone comes in touch with the names of Krishna, he will also become pure. Srila Prabhupada started this society in America. Prabhupada didn't start it in Bangalore, in a very cultured place. Prabhupada went to America and that is New York. And in New York, Prabhupada went to a place called Bowery, which was like a place where drug addicts, hippies would stay. That's where ISKCON has been started. Not in a civilized place like Bengaluru, Sanjay Nagar, not like that. ISKCON's history has started, Prabhupada started this movement in the worst place with the worst candidates. And how did Prabhupada do this magic? This magic is the magic of chanting Hare Krishna. In the initial days, these boys and girls wouldn't understand any philosophy. When Prabhupada would give a class, in the class there would not be any guide. As soon as the class is over for Kirtan, everyone would come in. And most importantly, more extra people would come for Prasad. Right? And by this Kirtan and Prasad, Prabhupada has transformed the hearts of so many people. So this chanting Hare Krishna, however sinful we are, how much ever sinful inclinations may be there, if we sincerely chant Hare Krishna, the holy names of Krishna can purify our heart. Cheto darpanam arjanam. And then he continues, Abrahma stamba pariyantam sarvam maya mayam jagat satyam satyam punah satyam harer nameva kevalam. So in this world, right from Brahma Loka to the lower planetary systems, 14 planets, 14 planetary systems in this world, everywhere is a place of illusion. Sarvam Maya Mayam Jagat. What is Maya Mayam Jagat? It's not that the world is false. The world is temporary. What is there today is not there tomorrow. Right? Everything is changing in this world. It's all in a flux. I remember, I was telling yesterday that being from Goa, hometown being from Tamil Nadu, in my school days, in my early days, every summer vacation we would go from Goa to Chennai, spend 20-25 days and then go back to Goa. And every time we would do this travel, we would take a bus from Goa to Bangalore and back from Bangalore to Goa bus. And in those days, there was no mobile, there was no distraction, nothing. In the bus journey, I only remember I would keep looking at the clouds. I would keep looking at the clouds. In today's fast-paced life, when was the last time when we looked at the clouds also? When there is time for people to even look in the sky. So I remember, I would be traveling in the bus and I would be looking in the clouds. And every time I would look into a cloud, I would see that some image is there in the cloud. Sometimes it looks like a mountain, sometimes it looks like a face. I would keep observing this. But the interesting part is, these formations come in the cloud, stays for some time, and after some time it's gone, never to come again. So similarly in this world, what may seem a reality is not a reality. The only thing that is a reality is Satyam Satyam Punas Satyam Harer Namaiva Kevalam. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, in this world there are only two permanent things. One is the name of Krishna and the other is the Atma. And our duty is to connect both together. And that's what chanting Hare Krishna is about. This is the only permanent reality, the names of Krishna. So therefore, Hare Namaiva Kevalam. Every stanza ends with Hare Namaiva Kevalam. Even if you don't remember anything else in this particular song, just remember this. Hare Namaiva Kevalam. The holy name of Krishna is the only real thing. Sa Guru Sa Pita Chapi Sa Mata Bandhavo Pisa Shikshaye Che Sada Smartum Hare Namaiva Kevalam. So here, very beautiful verse. This Acharya explains, who is a guru, or what is the role and responsibility of a guru, a father, a mother, a friend. Everyone, all these people have a responsibility. A guru, a father, mother, they have a responsibility to give training, education, well-being to their dependents. And what is the real education? As parents, a lot of parents here, as parents, everyone wants to give their children best kind of education. What is the best kind of education we have to give? Shikshaye che sada smartum harer nameva kevalam. Shikshaye che matlab education. What is the real education? Just tell your child harer nameva kevalam. Just tell your child that the name of Krishna is what you have to embrace seriously in life. That is real education. Otherwise, we have, in one sense, we are cheating our children and we are cheating those who are dependent on us. And as a friend, what is our duty? To connect other friends to the lotus feet of Krishna. Just like Srila Prabhupada, his father was a genuine father, and Srila Prabhupada's father wanted his child to embrace the chanting of the holy names. So this is what we should teach. This is real teaching, where we are inspiring each other in chanting Hare Krishna. Nishwase nahi vishwasa kadarudo bhavishyati kirtaniya mato bhalyad harer naimeva kevalam. When that, someone may say, we were in the car today with our young devotees and we were discussing, people say, why you have to take to Krishna consciousness when you are young? But what is the guarantee that we will live till we are old? What is the definition of young and old? Who is old? One who is closer to death is old. Right? Do we know when death is going to come? No one knows. So therefore, Nishwase nahi vishwasa. Nishwase means when that last breath is going to come, nahi vishwasa, there is no guarantee. So, kada rudo bhavishyati kirtaniya mato balyad harer nameva kevalam. So therefore, this chanting of Hare Krishna, this process of bhakti should start from childhood. Kaumaram achare pragyo dharman bhagavatanihya. Prahlad Maharaj tells his friends that bhakti should start when one is 5 years old. Children here might be 5 years old, but everyone else is already above 5 years. That means we are already old enough. We have already wasted a lot of time. There is no more time to waste. Hari sada vase tatra yatra bhagavata jana gayanti bhakti bhavena harer tamaiva kevalam. So where is Krishna? Krishna, where is he experienced? When devotees come together. Hari sada vase tatra. Sada vase tatra means he is always there. Sometimes Krishna leaves the spiritual world, also comes to the material world to do his leela. But where is Krishna? Always there. Hari sada vase tatra yatra bhagavata jana gayanti bhakti bhavena. So when devotees come together and chant Hare Krishna, chant the names of Krishna with lot of love and devotion, Bhakti Bhavena, that is where Krishna is present. That's where we will experience Krishna. So therefore, the Yuga Dharma for Kali Yuga is Sankirtan. It's just not Kirtan. It is Sankirtan. It is coming together and chanting. So Srila Prabhupada established this society, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and Srila Prabhupada and his followers, they are spreading this movement far and wide. In Bangalore, Prabhuji was telling me there are around 5 big temples, 35-40 centers. Why are the devotees doing this, and why was Srila Prabhupada's desire that there should be centers like this? So that devotees can experience Krishna. When we come together and chant, we can actually experience Krishna's presence. The next verse he says, Aho dukkam mahadukkam dukka dukkataram yataha kachartam vismritam ratna harer namaiva kevalam. What is the biggest sorrow? So we may have our own definition. Someone may say that I passed in my exam, I failed in my exam, that's a big sorrow. I didn't get money, I lost a big job, I lost a lottery ticket opportunity. We may have different reasons for which we may consider sorrow. Some disease comes in our life, we may consider all that to be sorrow. But the real sorrow, aho dukkam maha dukkam dukka dukkataram yataha. The greatest sorrow greater than any other sorrow is Kachartam Vismritam Ratna Harir Nameva Kevalam. This chanting of Hare Krishna, this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which is like a priceless jewel, Chintamani, Harinama Chintamani, right? Touchstone, that name of Krishna that can fulfill all our spiritual desires, right? Whatever we need in spiritual life, seeing Krishna face to face, getting our original identity in the spiritual world, knowing who we are, everything, the holy name of Krishna is going to reveal. This name of Krishna that is going to fulfill all our spiritual desires, we don't value it. The most unfortunate position of the people of Kali Yuga especially, we value what is useless, and what is the most useful thing, we don't value it at all. In Sanskrit, there are these two words, artha, anartha. What does artha mean? What is the meaning of artha? What does artha mean? Artha means money. What is the another meaning of artha? That which has meaning, right? And what is anartha? Anartha means that which is useless, it has no money. And anartha, another meaning is that which has no meaning. The things in this world, the artha of this world, we may think that this is real money, but this is all useless in this world. After death, you can't carry it, right? So our unfortunate situation is, what is useless, we give it a lot of focus and time, lot of energy. And the names of Krishna, which is actually going to give us the spiritual world, going to give us love, going to give us everything that we are looking for, we don't value it. This is the most unfortunate situation. And in the next verse he says, Diyatam diyatam karno niyatam niyatam vachaha giyatam giyatam nityam harer namaiva kevalam. So therefore what we should do, Diyatam diyatam karno, we have to hear the names of Krishna again and again. Niyatam niyatam vachaha, we have to keep chanting again and again. Giyatam giyatam nityam, you have to keep singing again and again. Why you have to do again and again? This word again, nityam, again and again. You'll have these words coming again and again in the scriptures. Kirtaniya sada hari satatam kirtayanto mam, right? In so many ways, nityam bhagavata sevaya. In so many ways, this word comes again and again. Why? Because that which gets repeated gets emphasized. We have to keep repeating something that is important again and again, so that it gets registered in our conscious, subconscious level continuously. So that at the end of our life, when that final moment comes, we can chant Hare Krishna. Who can do that? One who has practiced throughout his life, will be able to do that, right? So you have to keep doing this again and again. And then in the last verse, very beautiful verse, It says, Trini Kritya Jagat Sarvam Rajate Sakalopari. So he says, if you have a scale, you know what's a scale? A tarazu. If you have a scale, on one end you keep all the pleasures of this world. You keep everything in this world. Like whatever you're looking for, whatever you consider to be the highest pleasures, the highest enjoyment, you keep the entire universe or multiple universes on one scale, and you keep the name of Krishna on the other scale. Here it says Trinikritya Jagat Sarvam. Compared to the names of Krishna, the entire world will seem like a blade of grass, insignificant. In Ramayana, when Sita Maya was there in Lanka, Ravana would go and propose to Sita, and Ravana would tell Sita, what has Ram given you? You did Krishna Bhakti, Ram Bhakti, just see your suffering. Come, become my wife. Ravana represents the mind, represents the people of this world. Right? The people of this world will always keep telling us, what has Hare Krishna given you? Right? Leave Hare Krishna, you surrender to me, I'll make you the king, I'll make you the queen. So Ravana was proposing like this to Sita. So Sita Maya takes a blade of grass and throws it in front of Ravan and tells Ravan, all your Lanka, all your proposals are like a blade of grass, insignificant for me. I don't care for it because I have Ram and Bhakti to Ram in my life. So this is the conviction for all of us. This is just a song right now, but this is the conviction that we have to develop. This is the realization we have to develop. That, my dear Krishna, even if someone comes and gives us the entire world and tells us stop chanting Hare Krishna, we will never stop. Because in front of Hare Krishna, the entire world is insignificant. Chidanandam Mayam Shuddham Harer Nameva Kevalam. The holy name of Krishna is Chidananda Mayam Shuddham. It is spiritual, filled with bliss, Anandamayam. We were discussing yesterday that we are all looking for that bliss nectar in life. And where is that nectar? That nectar that we are looking for is in the names of Krishna. So therefore, Harer Nameva Kevalam. In so many different ways, the message is the same. The message is we have to embrace the process of the holy name very more deeply, with a lot of conviction, with a lot of faith. In the Shikshashtakam, Mahaprabhu in the first verse, something interesting I told you all, where Bhagavad Gita ends, Bhagavatam begins, where Bhagavatam ends, Chaitanya Charitamrita begins. And where does Chaitanya Charitamrita end? The last chapter of Chaitanya Charitamrita is Shikshashtakam. So these 8 verses of Mahaprabhu has so much message, especially about how to chant Hare Krishna. The first verse of the Shikshashtakam, Mahaprabhu explains 7 benefits of chanting Hare Krishna. Cheto darpana marjanam, bhavamaha davagni nirvapanam, shreya kairava chandrika vitaranam, vidyavadu jivanam, anandhamudi vardhanam, pratipadam purnamrita svadanam, sarvatma snapanam, param vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtan. I was 3-4 months ago, I was there in one Kirtan Mela program, and B.B. Govind Maharaj was explaining what is the meaning of Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Param means the topmost. There is nothing higher than chanting Hare Krishna, the topmost process, which we already saw through so many scriptures. Param Vijayate, by chanting Hare Krishna, we will get victory. Victory over what? Victory over all our anarthas, all our difficulties, all our impurities, we will get victory. Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Shri refers to Radha. So this Mahamantra is Radha and Krishna. By chanting the names of Radha, Krishna, the Mahamantra, we will gain victory. And this victory we will gain through 6 benefits. The first benefit of chanting Hare Krishna is Cheto Darpana Marjanam. Our heart becomes pure. Right now our heart is very, very dirty. You tell outside people your heart is dirty. Who's going to agree to it? No one is going to agree to it. Only when you chant Hare Krishna, you will understand how dirty your heart is. Till then, everyone is in illusion that they are the most pure. So our heart is very, very dirty. The only way we can purify our hearts is Cheto Darpana Marjanam, by chanting Hare Krishna. This is the first benefit of chanting. Our heart becomes pure. Second benefit, Bhavamaha Dhavagni Nirvapanam. Only when our heart becomes pure, we will experience freedom from misery. Everyone wants peace in this world, right? In our life, in family, in nation, everyone wants Shanti, right? Om Shanti, Shanti, everyone wants Shanti. But when will peace come? We have to make our hearts pure. When we make our hearts pure, then the second benefit of chanting Hare Krishna is Bhava Maha Davagni Nirvapanam. Bhava is the material world. Davagni is, this material world is like a forest fire. Mahatavagni is a great forest fire. And we are seeing in today's world, the world is literally burning. We can see the heat wave increasing. We can see everything increasing now. All the problems increasing. The solution for all this heat and suffering in this world is Nirvapanam. When we chant Hare Krishna, we will experience that peace, that kind of satisfaction, that kind of soothing effect in our life. This is the second benefit. The miseries are reduced. Just like we saw yesterday, Tapatrayon Moolanam. By reading Bhagavatam, all miseries are removed from the root. The third benefit is Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam. The chanting of Hare Krishna bestows auspiciousness. Like we saw in the Kevalashtakam, Mangalam Mangalebhyopi. It brings auspiciousness. Just like you have a lotus, right? The lotus flower, when does it bloom? When the sunshine falls on it. That's a pink lotus. There is a white lotus. This white lotus blooms when moonshine falls on it. So this lotus is compared to our fortune, good fortune. In all our hearts, in all our lives, the lotus is now closed. When will this good fortune blossom in our life? When the moonshine of chanting Hare Krishna falls. When we sincerely chant and hear, then good fortune will come in our life. We will experience Krishna's mercy in our life. Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam. Third benefit. The fourth benefit, Vidya Vadu Jivanam. By chanting Hare Krishna, we will gain transcendental knowledge. We will gain transcendental knowledge. So, divine knowledge doesn't come just by reading books. Lord Krishna tells in the Gita, Satatam Kirtayan. No. Tesham Satata Yuktanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yenamam Upayantite. Lord Krishna says, Tesham Satata Yuktanam. For one who is continuously chanting Hare Krishna, connected to Krishna, Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. Krishna gives such people realization, wisdom that Krishna gives. So just by studying books, it doesn't work. So therefore, in the Krishna conscious movement, we study Gita Bhagavat and along with that we chant Hare Krishna. If you only study Gita Bhagavat and don't chant Hare Krishna, your knowledge will be only head knowledge. It will not reach your heart. For that knowledge to become transformation, to become wisdom, you have to chant Hare Krishna, through which knowledge is revealed. This is the fourth benefit, right? Knowledge, true real knowledge is revealed in our heart. The fifth benefit, Anandambudhi Vardhanam. Ambudhi is ocean. Anand Ambudhi is an ocean of bliss. In the world, the ocean in this world, Prabhupada in one purport on Bhagavatam, you know what Prabhupada says? The water in this ocean, what is the taste of the ocean water? Salty. Have you all any time tasted tears? How is it? If you are not tasted, you can try homework for today. If you taste tears, how is it? So Prabhupada says in Bhagavatam purport, this world, the ocean in this world is salty because this world is made from ocean of tears. Everyone in this world is suffering and crying. Therefore, the ocean in this world is also filled with tears and salty. So if you want to experience that bliss, if you want to go from the ocean of tears to the ocean of bliss, what is the process? Anandham Buddhi Vardhanam. Chanting Hare Krishna brings us to that ocean of bliss. Vardhanam. The ocean in this world is salty and the ocean in this world doesn't increase. But the ocean, the bliss of the ocean that Hare Krishna, chanting of Hare Krishna gives us, it is a bliss that keeps increasing more and more. Ananda Buddhi Vardhanam. This is the fifth benefit, I think. No? Fifth. The sixth benefit is Pratipadam Purnamrita Swadanam. Someone may say, Prabhuji, that level of that highest bliss is too far. But no, chanting Hare Krishna, even at our level, at our level, we can experience bliss at every step. And the sixth benefit is Sarvatma Snapanam. Our heart becomes completely pure. Everything becomes completely pure. Just like when we take a bath, we become fresh. Similarly, when we chant Hare Krishna, our mind, intelligence, soul, everything is completely cleansed. So today, what I explained till now, we saw the meaning of the Kevalashtakam, 8 verses. We saw the 7 benefits of chanting Hare Krishna from Shikshashtakam verse 1. So this sets the mood of why to chant Hare Krishna. Why we need to chant? Because chanting of Hare Krishna is the only way that through which we can experience bliss, peace, freedom from misery, we can experience Krishna's presence, everything. So now the question comes, how to chant Hare Krishna? There are many things that we can discuss on how to chant. But today I will present to you something from Burijan Prabhu's book called Japa. I don't know if you have seen this book. My presentations are always presentations based on books. Very simple. So Burijan Prabhu is one of Srila Prabhupada's very senior disciple. He's been in this movement for almost 40 plus years, very dear to Srila Prabhupada. And Burijan Prabhu has written this beautiful book. If there is any book that should get an award for Japa, the thesis on Japa, how to chant, this book is the book. It's like the Bible for Japa. Very beautiful book. So Burijan Prabhu in this book explains 9 keys how to chant Hare Krishna. Key refers to chavi, right? What do you say for key in Kannada? Huh? Kilike. Yes. 9 keys to chant. If you want to enter into Krishna's spiritual world, or if you want to experience the nectar of Krishna, you have to put those 9 keys, right? And you put these 9 keys, the treasure box will open. Goloke the prema dana harinama sankirtan. The dhan of the spiritual world will open up. So very beautifully explains 9 keys. So in short, I'll just try to explain what these 9 keys are, and we can try to, and these keys are very practical, how we can apply the chanting of Hare Krishna so that we can, with mind focused, absorbed, we can actually experience the holy name. The first key is called chant Hare Krishna. What is the first key called? Chant Hare Krishna. That means what? That means whether you like it or not, whether mood is there or not, just chant Hare Krishna. Whether you understand or not, just chant Hare Krishna. Like when you go to a doctor, you don't have to understand how the medicine works. Doctor will say, Baba, that you don't worry, eat. Medicine will work. So chanting Hare Krishna is like that. If you understand, good. If you not, even if you don't understand, chant Hare Krishna. Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his bhajan, he says, Sukhe dukhe bole na ko vadane hari naam bolo re. In good times, bad times, chant Hare Krishna. We have one of our very senior devotees, Krishnanand Prabhu. You know Krishnanand Prabhu? Very senior devotee in our Chopadi circle. So Krishnanand Prabhu, very jokingly, in a very light way, he says, when suppose you lost 1 lakh rupees, what you should do? Say Hare Krishna. What you should do? Hare Krishna. If you won 1 lakh rupees, what you should say? Hare Krishna. So whatever happens in life, what do you have to learn to say? Hare Krishna. Sukhe dukhe bole na ko vadane hari naam bolo re. We were singing this bhajan today morning. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Vipade sampade taha takuk samabhave dine dine vriddhi hauk namera prabhave. Whether it is good times, bad times, really doesn't matter. What is most important is day by day our taste and faith in the holy name should increase. So this is the first thing. Just chant Hare Krishna. Many people, many devotees tell us, Prabhuji, मन नहीं लगता, फिर भी माला करना है क्या करो. You all know Radha Govind Maharaj, very senior disciple of Srila Prabhupada. He gives a beautiful example, amazing example. You know what he says? Like sometimes you have in the building, you have a security guy. Security in building. Now that security guy, his duty is what? To do night security. But in the night security, sometimes 2-3 hours he goes to sleep. Do security people do that or not? How many security guys, they stay every night without going to sleep? Anyone? 2-3 hours though, he goes to sleep. But does he get a salary or not? Why? Because he came, put attendance. Similarly, even if you chant Hare Krishna and go to sleep, no problem. Krishna will note that at least this fellow gave attendance. Attendance तो दिया. 16 माला बहुत संघर्ष के साथ ट्राई किया. Krishna will note that. Getting the point? So it's the basic thing. Chant Hare Krishna, whether you mind there, not there, doesn't matter. Just chant Hare Krishna. This is the first key. Second key, he says, just hear one mantra. Listen to just one mantra. Why is this? Because, see, the biggest challenge for chanting is the mind. है कि नहीं? Chanting करते हुए mind बहुत बड़ा problem है. For outside people, mind is not there only, non-existing. For devotees, mind is like, you ask any devotee or you meet any devotee, that devotee will ask only one question: Prabhuji, how to control the mind? My question to you is, in your office, has anyone come and asked you how to control the mind? Has anyone asked? For them, this question doesn't exist only in their life. It really doesn't bother for them. For devotees, it's like such a big thing, how to control the mind. So, Burijan Prabhu says, the best way, there are many ways, but one of the ways that can help us is, the second key, first key is chant Hare Krishna. Second key is listen to just one mantra. Why? Because the mind, the nature of the mind is either in the past or in the future. Like all of you are sitting here. All of your minds are thinking, when will the class end and what is there for prasad? Yes or no? I'm just joking. But the mind is either in the past, either in the future or in the past. Never in the present. Whatever we do, while we are hearing class, it is thinking about something else. And while after the class, it will say, fool, why you didn't hear the class? It will condemn you for that. Right? So mind is never in the present. So they say the mind has two wings. If mind is like a bird, it has two wings, past and future. The present is not there only in the mind. So the best way you can bypass the mind. See, chanting Hare Krishna time, while we chant Hare Krishna, it is not a fighting time. For many of us, chanting Hare Krishna is like a fighting time. When we sit to morning, when we chant, it's like as if we are putting those boxing gloves and entering into the boxing match. I am going to fight with the mind. That yesterday he beat me solidly. Today I will show my power. But when we go in that fighting mode, today also the mind thrashes us heavily. And our experience is what? After chanting Hare Krishna, we feel exhausted. Like, itna bada fight ho gaya aaj. We get exhausted. So chanting Hare Krishna is not a fighting time. It is a connecting time. It's not a fighting time. The purpose is not to fight with the mind. The purpose is to experience Krishna. So when we tell the mind, my dear mind, allow me to hear just one mantra. Then what happens? The mind slows down a little. Because when you tell the mind, suppose at the beginning of chanting you tell the mind, today I want to chant 16 rounds attentively. Mind there only switches off. There only it switches off. 16 into 108, the mind like switches off there only. Game is over there only. So when you tell the mind, I don't want to chant 16 rounds attentively. I want to just listen to one mantra. So you're simplifying the task. And as soon as you simplify the task, the mind says, okay, one mantra, no, not two. Tell the mind only one mantra, not two. Mind says, okay, here one mantra. So you simplify the mind. So you may say, Prabhuji, what happens with this? When you do this, you will hear the holy name, you will listen to the holy name without that obstacle of the mind. Most of the times when we are chanting, we are vibrating that sound, but what we are listening is the mind talk. The mind is continuously talking, right? We are chanting Hare Krishna and the mind is also talking. Most of the time we are listening to the mind talk, we are not able to listen to what we are chanting. So when you do this, the mind slows down and you are able to hear your chant. And when you hear that, you will experience so much nectar. Madhuram Madhure Byopi, you will experience that nectar. You will automatically want to do your next bead, your next Mahamantra also in that way. Because experience is a very big, powerful tool, when you actually experience Krishna. You understood this point? So therefore the second point is what? Just listen to one mantra. Not two, not three. Keep the task very, very simple. Just listen to one mantra. The third key is connected to the second key, which is called state your sankalpa, determination. Right? And what is the determination? In our full chanting, our determination, Guruji explains, is to just listen to one mantra. Keep it simple. Right? So keep it that simple. And it's not that you have to, it's not that between rounds you need like 5 minutes to keep telling yourself, just listen to one mantra. It can just be like a subtle reminder, a subtle sankalpa, you can, just something that that's there constantly with you. And it's a subtle reminder. This is called the third key, state your sankalpa of just listening to one mantra. You got the first three keys. First key is chant Hare Krishna, whatever come may, high or low water. Second key is just listen to one mantra. And the third key is state your sankalpa. Our sankalpa is just to listen to one mantra. The fourth key, even after you state your sankalpa and you have decided I want to listen to one mantra, still the mind will go away. Hai ki nahi? Lord Krishna tells in the Gita, yato yato nischalati manas chanchala mastiram tatas tato niyamai tat atmani evam vasham nayet. Lord Krishna says, mind is what? Manas chanchalam astiram. Mind is chanchal, not in one place flickering. Astira, never steady. The mind is never there in one place, right? Millions of thoughts, especially while chanting Hare Krishna, we get like the best of ideas, best of thoughts. Everything comes in that time only. After you keep the mala, all thoughts go away. But during chanting, everything comes. Brilliant ideas come there, right? So mind is like that, very unsteady. So Lord Krishna says it's okay. Lord Krishna is accepting the fact that the mind will go away. Because the nature of the mind is to go away. That time what we have to do? Bring the mind back to what? To our sankalpa. Whenever, like, imagine you have started to chant, right? And the beginning you have decided after hearing today's class, hopefully, after hearing today's class, you feel, okay, tomorrow, you start chanting and you say, I will listen to one mantra, and you have started. But after 2-3 beads or after one round, you have realized that mind has gone away. It has gone to America. It has taken off. Flight has taken off. So that time what you have to do? Lightly state your sankalpa. Let me hear to this mantra, present mantra, right? Because at any time you can't listen to two mantras. Can you listen to two mantras together? Can you chant 2 rounds together? You can chant only one bead at a time. So bring the mind back. This is the fourth key, which is called, did I tell you? The fourth key is called, from wherever the mind wanders, bring it back. The first key is chant Hare Krishna. The second key is just listen to one mantra. Third key is state your sankalpa. Fourth key is, from wherever your mind wanders, bring it back. The fifth key is a very important key called detachment. What does detachment mean? I'll tell you how the mind works. Suppose you have started this process. You're listening to one mantra and you're finding really blissful, you're really loving Krishna's name, right? And after some time, after a couple of rounds, like 10 rounds over, and you have realized that, Arey Baba, only the first round I was little attentive, all 9 rounds I didn't know also what I chanted. Mind gone completely. And your 10th round you have realized that I am chanting Hare Krishna. 10th round. Now what the mind will tell you? The mind will tell you, see, 10 rounds you have wasted. What is the point in chanting another 6 rounds attentively? Start from tomorrow. Understanding? The mind will tell you you are useless. How much ever seminars you hear, nothing will happen. You're going to be as it is. Nothing is going to change in you. Forget all this. And the mind will keep beating you. Understanding? We'll get into a guilt trip. I tried it, I'm useless, And then what happens? In all this thing, the remaining 6 rounds also go for a toss. Understanding the point? First 10 rounds went because the mind cheated us. And the next 6 rounds, the mind puts us into a guilt trip, and the rest 6 rounds also go. So that time, what you have to practice? Detachment. What does detachment mean? 10 rounds you didn't chant properly. Now, what option you have? One option is, if you are very, very sincere, you tell Prabhuji, I will start all my rounds all over again. How many of you all will do it? Prabhuji, mera na aaj. Imagine you recognize this as your 16th round. And so Prabhuji, आज 16 वाला ठीक तरह से नहीं हुआ, मैं रिपीट करूंगा 16 वाला. कितने लोग कर सकते हैं? कोई नहीं कर सकता. तो अभी क्या है, 10 राउंड नहीं सुना आपने, 15 राउंड आपने नहीं सुना, रो के फायदा नहीं, क्योंकि गया. अभी हाथ में क्या है? व्हाट इज देयर इन योर हैंड नाउ? 16th राउंड. Focus on that. So the idea is, even in our full chanting, if we hear couple of Mahamantra attentively, that also is like a big thing. That is also a big thing. If we hear, listen to it attentively. So the 5th key is called detachment. Understood? First key is chant Hare Krishna. Second key is listen to just one mantra. The third key is state a sankalpa. Fourth key, from wherever the mind wanders, bring it back. And the 5th key is detachment. Good. All of you are very attentive. All of you have been trained sincerely to hear. So Burijan Prabhu, see the mind in this book, we don't have too much time, but Burijan Prabhu explains in this book how the mind tricks us. How the mind tricks us. The mind makes us feel that every thought is important. How can every thought be important? Every thought that comes, mind brings it with that same importance. And the best part is, after that thought goes away, the next thought, the mind will tell us that is that important. So in life, what is truly important? Bhaktivinoda Burijan Prabhu explains here. Imagine, like when we chant Hare Krishna, what are the thoughts that come? One is, we may have experienced a lot of pain. Suppose that day, someone has hurt you very badly, or the previous day, someone has spoken very bad words to you. Next day what happens? Full chanting goes. Because mind, how did he say that? उसका कैसा हिम्मत, मैं कल दिखाऊंगा, मैं भी कम नहीं, ऐसा fight करते करते पूरा गया ना हमारा. Whole 16 rounds gone in that whole mind. Or imagine, if you have one, like you gave a great class and people like congratulated you, and next day chanting, you're thinking, I am such a good preacher, I gave such a great class, tomorrow I'll give better class, on all those fantasies, again your 16 round gone. So Burijan Prabhu gives a very interesting thought. Think about this. In our childhood, imagine in our 4th standard, 5th standard, we all might have won some prize, right? Come first in a class, running race, whatever. And when we went to receive that prize, that certificate, that medal on that stage, how we were feeling? So important, most important day of my life. Now think about it. That prize in 5th standard, from today's point of view, does it have any value? Who cares for that prize? It has no value. Similarly, in your 5th standard, 4th standard, your friend might have kicked you or hurt you. You might have felt very bad. 1 week you felt really frustrated. But now, down the line, is that incident any important for you? Not at all. Similarly, what we are going through now, whether good or bad, 10 years down the line is going to be useless. So why waste chanting in all this temporary good and bad, in all these games? So that this is called bringing things to perspective. Understanding that this life is just temporary. Why we are giving it so much importance. So in this way, Burijan Prabhu explains here. I'll just try to read one statement of his. I really loved it so much. So he says here, I'm just reading this, listen to this. What is the significance of having proved ourselves right and someone else wrong? We want to prove ourselves right and wrong. What is the significance of it? What is the significance of having achieved a crowning success in this world? you have become a king. What difference it makes? After that, who's going to think about you? What is the significance of again dredging up those past pains and pleasures? We bring about those past memories and relive it. In 1,000 years, even in 100 years, no one alive will remember that we ever existed also. After death, after you are gone, no one, 7 days, 10 days, 15 days, people will think about you, then you will just be one picture in some wall somewhere, that's all. Even our names will be forgotten. What contribution can we make during a brief lifespan that actually can stand the test of time? Try viewing success and failure, pain and pleasure, significance and insignificance from the perspective of eternity. All these things are not at all important. So, he says, what could be more important than focusing on the holy name? For us insignificant souls, nothing is more important than listening to Krishna's holy names and learning to turn to him. This is the most important thing. Rest all things is ultimately useless in this world. So in this way, this is called mind talk. So the mind is giving us proposals. You will have to not fight with the mind, but you will have to discuss with the mind what is the use of your proposal. So therefore, we saw 5 keys. The 6th key is called neglect the mind. Mind will give proposals. Mind is never going to stop. Lord Krishna, I think 5.22, Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that till your fag end of life, all these desires and these mind things will keep going on. It's never going to end, right? So you have to learn to be an expert in neglecting the mind. The only art we have to learn is not controlling the mind. We'll never be able to control it. The only art we have to learn is the art of neglecting the mind. Just like a child who throws so many tantrums, the more attention you give, the tantrums will increase. Neglect, thoda natak hoga, sometime it will dance and show all those tantrums, and after that it will stop. So we have to learn to neglect the desires of the mind, postpone it. I was telling the devotees, when desires for Krishna comes, do it immediately, and desires for the mind throws us some proposals. Let me do this, let me do that. What do you have to tell the mind? Wait. How did Haridas Thakur deal with that prostitute? Wait. Haridas didn't fight. Hey, why you have come here? You are Maya, and Haridas Thakur didn't get into all that fight. Haridas Thakur simply said, wait. Mind's proposal, don't fight with it. Tell it, wait. Good idea. Wait, let me chant Hare Krishna first, then we will do. Postpone mind's desires and act on Krishna. So the 6th key is called neglect the mind. The 7th key, okay, now I have a question to all of you. If you have chanted your rounds very well, you really, according to you, you feel that today's chanting was the best chanting part, like I've been chanting good rounds. What is the experience you expect? What does good chanting bring to you, according to you? What do you think good chanting brings? Positivity. Yes. Day goes very well. Okay. More chanting, huh? You are able to handle situations. Yeah, very true. Yeah, all that is there. But Buddhism too explains a very beautiful point. Good chanting, generally our idea is good chanting should bring us bliss. Prem. But Buddhism too says before bliss comes humility. So 7th key is called humility. If you chant Hare Krishna, if you chant really well, what you'll understand? You will realize that you can't chant Hare Krishna. You will realize that Maya is too powerful. You will realize that the anarthas are too strong. You will realize that the conditionings are too strong. You will realize that it's a very difficult fight, and you will become humble. Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishtana amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. And only when someone becomes humble, only such a person can actually chant. Haridas Thakur. What is the life of Haridas Thakur characterized by? If you have to name one word, if you want to name one quality of Haridas Thakur, what's that? Humility and tolerance. One quality of Tukaram Maharaj, one quality of any great personality. You will find this quality, humility, coming up so much. Any good chanter, the main thing that will strike out in his life is humility. No trace of arrogance. He'll feel I am the most fallen, I am the most useless. Bhaktivinoda Thakur songs, na? Amara Jivana Sada Papirat, I am the most fallen. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, I am more fallen than Jagai Madai. These are not just statements that they are making. This is the result of their chanting Hare Krishna. Because they have chanted Hare Krishna, they have actually come to a conclusion that I am too fallen. The anarthas are too strong in my life. So this is the seventh key called humility. So now when you become humble, what happens? Then you enter into the eighth key, which is called Nam Ashray. An arrogant person cannot take shelter of Krishna. Who takes shelter of Krishna? Someone who feels that I can't chant Hare Krishna. How much ever tricks and techniques and how much ever seminars I learn and listen to, mind is still so strong. When you fail, Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his song, he says, Sakale, I don't know that song. He says, my dear Lord, Aneka Jatana Hoilo Vifala Tomara Amara Barasa Tumi Gopinath. My dear Lord, Aneka Jatana Hoilo Vifala. I have tried many times and I have failed every time. So therefore, you are my only hope. Nam Ashray. You will chant Hare Krishna, taking shelter of Krishna. Krishna, only you can help me. The Draupadi story, na? Draupadi, she looked at her husband, she looked at Bhishma, she looked at Drona. When no one helped her, she thought, let me help myself. And then finally she realized that I also can't help myself. Only Krishna can help me. She cried out to Krishna. So how does Prabhupada translate Hare Krishna? A child crying for a mother. Very helpless cry. So the child can't do anything else other than cry. So that's the mood. That's where we have to come to Nam Ashray. Crying out to Krishna, my dear Lord, you are my only hope. You are the only one who can help me. Nama binna kichu nahi ko ar choda bhuvan maje. My dear Krishna, other than you, no one can help me. So this is the eighth key, and this key is the turning point. When we actually fall on our knees and offer an email to Krishna. There's an email and there's an email. When you fall on your knees and cry out to Krishna. One time in our Radha Gopinath temple, Radhanath Maharaj was giving a class, and one senior Grahastha, I don't know how many of you all know him, Anand Vrindavan Prabhu. Anand Vrindavan Prabhu is a very exalted soul. And Anand Vrindavan Prabhu's characteristic is every class of Maharaj, he has to ask a question. Last 25 years, every class he has to ask. Without that, the class will never get over. So one day he asked a question to Maharaj. You know what he asked? He asked Maharaj, Maharaj, you are telling we have to take shelter of Krishna, but a problem comes in our life. We try to take shelter of Krishna. Before that, another comes. When we try to take shelter of Krishna, another comes. So many problems come together. I am not able to take shelter of Krishna. Maharaj said that means problems are less in your life. When so many problems come in your life, you will not do anything other than fall on your knees and take shelter of Krishna. And Krishna will bring his devotees to that level where you fall on your knees and cry out to Krishna. So this is called Nam Ashray, taking shelter of Krishna. Kunti Maharani, in a prayer, she says, Tuam akinchana gochara. The more kinchana vittaya, my dear Lord, you are the property of those who are poor, those who feel humble. And when we take shelter of Krishna, finally the ninth key comes. Okay, let's summarize the 8 keys. First key, chant Hare Krishna. Second key, listen to one mantra. Third key, state your sankalpa. Fourth key, from wherever the mind wanders, bring it back. Fifth key, detachment. Very good. Sixth key, neglect the mind. Beautiful. Seventh key, humility. eighth key, Namashray. So now imagine you have put all the 9 keys, like you have tried everything, everything is like proper. Still, will you get Krishna Prem? Will you get taste for the holy name? Depends on Krishna. So for the 9th key is called the master key. And you know what is the master key? Krishna's causeless mercy. And the 9th key is only with Krishna. 8 keys you can try and do everything. The 9th key Krishna has to put. It is only with the master. Krishna's causeless mercy. When it comes, it comes. If it doesn't come, you have to wait. You can go to a temple, you can't tell, open the altar. And when the altar opens, you will get darshan. Otherwise, you go. You can't demand, open, give darshan now. Krishna will give darshan when he wants. Similarly, we are in that mood. We are doing our best and then we are ready to wait. Therefore, Mahaprabhu's last verse, where he says, "My dear Lord, whether you embrace me, whether you reject me, whatever the condition, I am ready to wait." So that's the mood, Krishna's causeless mercy. So in this way, Burijandu explains 9 keys which can help us chant Hare Krishna better. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Anyone has any questions, any comments?
Is there any key for the last key?
The key for the last, good question. The key for the last key is the first 8 keys. So therefore, your question is, how does Krishna's causeless mercy come? Therefore, you have Damodar Leela. Damodar Leela is when Yashoda is trying to tie Krishna, it falls 2 fingers short. And those 2 fingers represents, one is Krishna's mercy. That is not in our hand. The other finger is our effort. Our effort. So Krishna's mercy comes only when Krishna sees our effort. When Yashoda was struggling and sweating and she was determined to tie Krishna, then Krishna got tied. In tomorrow's session, I hope all of you are there tomorrow. In tomorrow's session, we are going to see a very beautiful story, the attitudes of a devotee. How the same, tomorrow's session is exactly this. How we can get that Krishna's mercy. How we can make Krishna favorable to us. Right? And how, Krishna's embrace and Krishna's mercy will come to us, provided we have certain mindsets, certain attitudes in our life. Thank you for the question. Yes.
So you told we need to neglect the mind while chanting. So how do we speak into the mind?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So thank you for the wonderful class. So you were telling that we need to neglect our mind while chanting. So how do we exactly neglect Prabhuji? Because no matter how many times we try to avoid the mind while chanting, it comes up with a new strategy, new plan, new thoughts to distract you. So how do we exactly neglect our mind?
Okay. So, what's your name?
Sankhya.
Sankhya. Sankhya's question is, how do we neglect the mind? Anyone has any thoughts? See, when it comes to chanting Hare Krishna, no one is an expert. Everyone is like on the same level. Anyone has any thoughts? How do you neglect the mind?
More concentration, like increasing the level of concentration.
How do you do that?
Stop ignoring the thoughts that is coming.
Yeah.
And stop.
So one way,
Focusing.
chanting loudly. As the mind brings a lot of thought, say Hare Krishna. When you say that Hare Krishna, you're cutting the thought of the mind. Right? So yeah. Or open your eyes and look in a Mahamantra and chant. Right? So basically, the mind brings thoughts, but if you don't hold on to the thoughts will pass away. The problem comes when intelligence comes in the picture. And intelligence gets married to the mind, then the whole planning starts. So thoughts will come. Mind is not actually a problem. The problem is more the intelligence coming in and tagging along. So best is one way to neglect is just chant loudly at that point and allow that thought to pass away. Yeah. And it's like too troubling,
Concentrating on Krishna.
Concentrating on Krishna, you can stand and pace a little. If it's too troubling, one option is take some time to read. So many devotees, actually I was supposed to do that whole exercise of points from you all, how we can actually chant, what are the ways in which we can control the mind. many devotees, before they actually get into chanting also, they take some time to read 5 minutes. That helps us, just like we discussed, it brings things in perspective, and then we are able to chant better.
Prabhuji, can you tell me how faster we can chant Hare Krishna, Hare Rama? How faster? Means Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, like that, or
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, like that? Because it takes at least one rounds. If we complete, it takes 10 minutes. So in 2 hours we can't complete 16 rounds. So
Yeah.
how faster we can?
You can hear Prabhupada's chanting. Prabhupada is like quite paced. Prabhupada is quite paced. That's the best pace. Prabhupada is the founder Acharya. His pace is the best. But given having said that, everyone will have their little fast, little slow. But more than the speed, what is most important is 2 things: are you pronouncing clearly and are you hearing? What helps you hear? Sometimes when you're too fast, you may just eat up words which are not correct. And sometimes when you're too slow, the mind may wander, right? So you have to be that paced so that the mind is also there, and plus you don't eat up words, you can hear.
Before starting every rounds, can we chant Sri Krishna Chaitanya?
Yeah, we should chant, yeah.
Every rounds.
Every round, yeah.
But for example, we are outside somewhere, so suddenly the Hare Krishna chant.
Yeah, that's okay. But especially when we sit to chant on Mala, Mahamantra, before,
First, yeah.
after, yeah.
Now all of a sudden it comes sometimes
Yeah,
somewhere
I mean-
outside.
Yeah, that's good.
Hmm.
Anything else? One or two last questions? Yes. Take the mic, yeah.
In all of this 8 and 9th key is with Krishna, so where to the blessing of devotees? Because in many of the classes I've heard the blessing of the devotees actually.
So that's humility. So when you are humble, when you actually come to a point where you understand that you're struggling to chant Hare Krishna, so then when you meet devotees, you will fall at their feet and tell them, please bless me so that I can chant. Bhaktivinoda Thakur actually in one of his songs he says, if you want to chant Hare Krishna, you should be in this mood of beggar, seeking mercy from everyone. Please bless me to chant Hare Krishna. So if that humility is not there, why will you go? If you already feel that you are a great chanter, then why will you seek blessings at all? So when you come to a conclusion that I'm not chanting, so then you'll be in a mood of seeking blessings. Hmm? Correct. Correct.
स्ट्रगल ही करना है तो हरिनाम के लिए स्ट्रगल करो,
Correct.
सक्सेस मिलेगा.
Yeah, Prabhupada would say better than to struggle in the 84 lakh species is to struggle while chanting Hare Krishna. Our formula, our advertisement formula is chant Hare Krishna and be happy. That's for bringing new people in. After coming in, the formula is chant Hare Krishna, struggle and be happy. Happy little struggling. But the point is, even though you may say you're struggling, but you're struggling for Krishna, no? Outside people are also struggling, they're struggling for Maya. They're at least struggling for Krishna. That itself is like a big thing. So Prabhuji gave me time, 7:15, I'm not on time. So I'm very grateful to Vikram Baldev Prabhu for having me over. Thank you very much. All of you all, I have spoken so much, but I have to confess that even my chanting is not good. I'm also struggling with it. All of you all, please do bless me so that I can also follow. To speak is easy, but to actually follow it is very difficult. So all of you all also bless me so that I can chant Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Krishna Krishna.
Achyut Gopal Prabhu, thank you very much. you in the last part you did mention that you had something planned for tomorrow, where we could sit and do some japa together, and you had some more tips to control the mind. So, if you don't mind, maybe how long will that take?
May not be much, depends on how much feedback comes from the audience. We can try that, we can do that also.
Yeah, so maybe Prabhu, since all the devotees are here and this topic of the Harinam has started, one small, maybe 15-20 minutes
Sure.
of group chanting together tomorrow
Sure,
before we start the other session.
sure.
I hope everybody was really benefited by today's class. So many wonderful points on the holy name, why we should chant Hare Krishna, the 9 keys of how to chant Hare Krishna. And tomorrow morning at 11:30 we meet again for part 2 of the seminar. And as Prabhu mentioned, and as I am humbly requesting Prabhu, is that before we start tomorrow's seminar, maybe we can have a practical demonstration of how we can all come together and chant one round with some tips by Prabhu on how to control the mind. So, so maybe we will have a short kirtan tomorrow, and we will do this one exercise, which I feel will be of great benefit to all of us. So before that, I just want...
Tomorrow is also Purushottam Mass. It's a nice day
Yes.
to...
First day, tomorrow's first day of Adhik Maas. Purushottam Maas comes once every 3 years. So wonderful day to start. A really